Okay, let's dive right into this. For the first time in Samsung's history, they are pulling off something absolutely unprecedented. They aren't just releasing one flagship foldable this year. They are dropping 3 distinctly targeted foldable phones plus 2 brand new smartwatches, all at the exact same time. Throughout this explainer, we're going to break down this massive 5-device paradigm shift, and honestly, the strategy they're using here is totally fascinating.
Here is the agenda for today. We'll start with a foldable for everyone, then look at the Z Fold 8 Ultra, the Z Fold 8's new dimensions, the pocket-sized Z Flip 8, the new Galaxy Watches, and finally, wrap up with which one is actually for you.
Section 1. A foldable for everyone. The modern paradigm.
Section 2. The power user. The Z Fold 8 Ultra. Now, if you're someone who demands absolute peak specifications, this is your device. It retains those familiar 6.5-inch outer and 8-inch inner displays, but you have to hear this incredible number, 4.1 millimeters. Samsung has shaved the thickness down to make this literally the thinnest foldable in the entire world, yet they somehow kept the weight at a very comfortable 215 grams. They've also engineered an underlying titanium layer that strengthens the massive 3600 nit 120Hz dynamic AMOLED 2X display. And actually, that titanium doesn't just add durability, it significantly minimizes the crease, making it pretty much invisible when you're actively using the screen.
Let's rapid fire these specs because they are truly uncompromising. It's powered by the blistering Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 chip. The camera system, an absolute beast. You get a 200-megapixel main sensor, a 10-megapixel 3x optical telephoto, and 10-megapixel selfie cameras. But the real game changer here is the huge upgrade to a 50-megapixel ultra-wide lens, which they actually borrowed directly from their flagship S26 Ultra. Oh, and it comes in 4 distinct colorways, including this stunning exclusive green that you can only get through Samsung's website. They always keep the best colors for themselves, right?
To fuel all that ridiculous power, we have a massive 5,000 milliamp hour battery. That is a huge 600 milliamp hour jump from the previous generation, all somehow packed into that super thin 4.1 millimeter frame. Plus, they've upgraded the charging speeds across the board, giving us much faster 45-watt wired and 20-watt wireless charging, so you can get back to 100% in practically no time.
Section 3. The content consumer. Z Fold 8. New dimensions. This is where things get completely redesigned into a highly modern industry standard. We are moving away from that old, tall, narrow shape on the left to this completely new passport shape on the right. It's slightly thicker at 4.7 millimeters, but lighter at 201 grams. And this wider frame, it completely changes the ergonomics. When closed, it gives you a wonderfully proportioned 5.5-inch outer screen that allows for effortless one-handed use. Your thumb can actually reach across the entire display. And then, of course, it opens up to a massive 7.6-inch inner screen.
So what does this all actually mean? It is all about the passport aspect ratio. The 4:3 inner screen and 10:16 outer screen are specifically designed for modern media consumption. Think about it. When you watch a video on an older foldable, you get those massive, annoying black bars at the top and bottom. And if you zoom in, well, you cut off half the picture. This new ratio completely eliminates those black bars. It's a very modern approach to tech that really brings the human element right to the forefront. The people and subjects you're watching are front and center, totally uncropped and brilliantly bright on a 3000 nit display fueled by a 4800 milliamp hour battery.
Now, because this specific phone is laser-focused on aspect ratio and delivering that perfect media experience, the specs are tailored a bit differently. It actually features the most powerful Android chip available, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, so your gaming is going to be flawless. It packs very solid 50-megapixel main and ultra-wide lenses, alongside 45-watt wired and 25-watt wireless charging. It does lack the Ultra 200-megapixel camera tier, but honestly, that's a conscious choice for a device built entirely around the screen experience rather than sheer photography supremacy.
And this focus on the human subject continues right into the software magic. Let's say you shoot an incredibly detailed 8K horizontal video. This killer new AI feature lets you select a specific person in the frame. The AI then flawlessly tracks that person, following them smoothly, and automatically exports a high-quality vertical video that is perfectly framed for TikTok or Instagram. It's just another amazing way this phone focuses on making everything feel incredibly modern, really putting the people inside the phone front and center and effortlessly doing all the heavy editing work for you.
Section 4. The minimalist Z Flip 8. Pocket-sized.
Okay, so this phone isn't trying to be some bulky workstation. It's a modern lifestyle piece. As the source material beautifully notes, it acts almost like an accessory you can fold up and put in your pocket.
And weighing in at just 180 grams, it might actually fit into women's jeans for once. When you snap it open, you're greeted with a gorgeous 6.9-inch inner display that feels exactly like a standard ultra-thin smartphone. But its true power, and really its main appeal, actually lies in what it can do when it's folded completely shut.
The magic here is this massive 4.1-inch outer cover screen. It is so large that it beautifully wraps right around the dual 50-megapixel main and ultra-wide cameras. This means you can run full applications, you can reply to messages, and most importantly, you can use those incredible main cameras to take flawless, high-resolution selfies. You can see yourself perfectly on the cover screen, and you can do the whole shebang without ever opening the phone.
Under the hood, the Flip 8 is powered by Samsung's very own Exynos 2600. This is a highly advanced, ultra-efficient 2-nanometer powerhouse chip, and efficiency is absolutely crucial here, because it maximizes the smaller 4300 mAh battery that Samsung had to engineer just to fit inside such a remarkably tiny footprint.
There is, however, one minor trade-off for embracing this tiny, minimalist form factor. Because of the sheer space constraints, the Flip 8 relies on older generation charging speeds. It caps out at 25-watt wired and 15-watt wireless charging. But, it's a fairly small compromise for having a phone that essentially disappears into your pocket.
Section 5. Ecosystem Completer. New Galaxy Watches unveiled.
Let's move to the wearables and see how this builds out the whole ecosystem. Samsung has completely dropped their older classic design language for a sleek, highly modern aesthetic across their entire wearable lineup, ensuring your watch looks just as cutting edge as your new foldable. And they back up those sleek looks with raw power. The new Watch 9 Ultra is an absolute tank. It hits an unprecedented smartwatch peak brightness of 5,000 nits, literally the highest ever recorded on a smartwatch, and features serious durability upgrades, including full underwater dive capabilities. Meanwhile, the standard Watch 9 is definitely no slouch either. It boasts an incredibly impressive 3,000 nits of brightness, making it perfectly visible in direct sunlight for your everyday use.
Section 6. The verdict. Which is for you?
So, the crucial point is this. According to the reviewer's hands-on experience, the standard Z Fold 8 is the absolute winner because that new Passport aspect ratio completely revolutionizes modern media and multitasking. But ultimately, Samsung is no longer asking if you want a foldable, they're asking which foldable you are. Do you demand the absolute peak power of the Ultra, the perfect content consumption of the Fold 8, or the sleek minimalism of the Flip 8? Take a hard look at your daily habits. Which persona fits your lifestyle perfectly?